lovely people, how are you doing? I hope you are great. Thank you so much for stopping by here on my channel. On today's tutorial, we are going to be making a high waist skirt. So this is what we are going to be making today. This is very simple to make. High waist skirt is very simple to make, and I will be using this beautiful Ankara fabric. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use to make this high waist skirt. Kindly like this video, share with your family and friends, and then turn on the notification bell to get you an update anytime I'll be uploading my new videos. Let's get started. So the waist measurement is 29 inches, and we have the length of the high waist skirt we are making 23 inches. 23 inches is the skirt length and 29 inches is the waist measurement. So there's no need of hip measurement since we are sewing gather skirts. So there's no need of hip measurement. Okay. So now to determine the volume of fabric you are going to use for this gather skirt you are making, what you are just going to do is to just multiply your waist measurement by 2.5. So depending on how fuller you want yours to be, like my 2.5 is good for today's tutorial. So depending on how fuller you want yours to be, you might multiply yours by 3 inches, 3.5, 2.5 like mine, depending on your preference. Okay, so 29 multiplied by 2.5, that shows I'll be having 29 in two places and 14.5, which is the half of 29. Okay, then I'm going to calculate this 29 plus 14.5. I have 229 and then 14.5. Okay, so 14.5 plus 29 and plus 29 again is going to give me what I want to use for the volume of my gathers. Okay, so I will be having 72.5. when I calculate 29 plus 29 plus 14.5, so I will be having 72.5. Okay, so 72.5 is what I'll be working on for the waist measurement on today's tutorial. So since it's a high waist skirt, I will go ahead and add my band to it. So I chose 3 inches for the band. Then I'm going to add 1 inch to this 3 inches for seam allowance. So I will be cutting 4 inches instead of me to cut 3 inches. So 1 inch for joining allowance and 3 inches for the band, sorry. So this is what I will be working on. So I will add 3 inches to this 23 inches, making 26 inches. So guys, this is what I have for the down part I cut. So I have 72.5. okay, then I added 3 inches for joining allowance and the zipper allowance. Okay, so this is what I did. So this high waist skirt we are making is going to have pockets. So here I added joining allowance of the upper part and lower part. Okay, so that we won't be short of fabric. So make sure you add your desired allowance for joining. Okay, So I'm still going to cut it into two because it's going to have pockets. Okay, so now I want to cut the band. I told you we have 3 inches for the band. Then I'm adding just 1 inch for joining allowance, making 4 inches. So I'll be cutting 4 inches like so. So 4 inches is the band. So we have 29 inches for the waist measurement. Then I'm adding zipper allowance and joining allowance. Okay, so I'll be cutting 31 inches for the band, for the length of the band, 4 inches for the width. So this is what I will be cutting. So I told you it's going to have pocket. So this is the back panel. I'm going to cut this back panel into two because of zipper allowance and the pocket. Okay, so I will go ahead and cut the band. So I want to mark 4 inches, and then I will cut this on fold. So I'm marking 4 inches for the band, 4 inches, and then the length will be 31 because of joining allowance and zipper allowance. So this is what I'm marking here. So I'll place my ruler to connect the dots together. I'm making it together, and then the 4 inches I marked, I'm going to link it together. I'm going to link the line together. So I'm placing my ruler to do this. I'm connecting the lines, connecting them together. Now I'm cutting the band. So I'm done with cutting. So guys, I've cut the interfacing. Okay, so I'll use my iron to give it a good press so that it can come out very nice. So this is band. So I'll go ahead and use my iron to glue it to the fabric. So this is how I'm going to sew it this way so that I don't have rough edges. So I'll just sew it like this at that point. I hope you saw this. So now I still have my 3 inches intact. Okay, so I still have my 3 inches intact. So this is our back panel. I told you I'm going to cut it into two because it's going to have a zip at the back and then pocket at the sides. So we still have our measurement intact. So this is the front panel. This is our front panel and the back panel as well. So here is our band. So this is a band. I'll use my iron to glue the interfacing on it, and then I will do the gathers and I will come and show you step by step as I will be doing this. Okay, so these are down part of the skirt we are making. So I've done the gathers for the front panel and the back panel. So this is what I'm showing you here. So I told you I'm going to cut it into two. I've cut it into two. So I have two panels for the back panel and only one panel for the front panel, because it's going to have pocket and zip. Okay, so I still have more than 14.5 for the front panel. So I'm going to use these remaining ones for the joining allowance, like so. So these are back panel. So I'm placing the back panel on the table. So these are back panel. And this is our pocket. You know, I told you it's going to have pockets. So this is a pocket. And then this is a band. So when I'm done with the band, this is how it's going to look like. I hope you saw this. And the pockets will come after the waistline. So I'm going to measure 1.5 below the waistline to start the pocket. So 1.5 from the both sides, from the waistline. So I'll join this pocket like so, and to the other side. So I'm joining the two pockets to the both sides. So this is our lining. So this is what I have. I use my lining to turn it, both front and back panel. Okay. Now before I join the band, I want to mark the waist measurement. So I have 29 inches, which is supposed to be divided by 2, 14.5. And here I have more than this. So I'm going to share the remaining allowance to the both sides. So this is what I'm marking. So it's going to serve as my joining allowance for the both sides. So I will start sewing from that point, and then 1.5 below the waistline. Then the sewing of pocket is going to start from this 1.5 to this point I want to mark. From 1.5 to this point I marked here, and I'm going to mark the same thing at the other side. So the pocket is going to start from this 1.5 and end here on the marking line. Then straight sewing will begins from that line, from that marking to the hem line. And then for the lining, I'm going to use 0.5 to turn the edges. I'm folding it 2 times this way. I hope you saw it. So this is what I want to do before I attach the waistband. Okay? So guys, these are bound. So I used my iron to join this, to glue this interfacing on the fabric. So this is a band. So I will just pipe it this way. So I'm using this to cover the edges. I'm using this folding to cover the edges at that point. Okay, so this is how I'm going to sew it. I will first sew the one with interfacing, then I use the side that has no interfacing to pipe it in second time. And this is the zip I want to use. So I will go ahead and from the waistline I'm going to measure 5 inches. You know, we have 3 inches for the band, so I think 8 inches is enough for me. So I'm going to lose the waist or the zip line 5 inches below the waistline, so plus 3 inches of a band, making 8 inches. So this is what I'm trying to do. So this is a zip. So I'll go ahead and join the zip and come and show you how it looks like. So guys, this is what we have for the high waist skirt we are making. This is very beautiful and easy to make. So this is my zip. I joined the zip, I attach my zip, and then the band. So this is very beautiful. So this is the inner part. This is very amazing. It's lovely. So for the zip, I'm going to cut this zip. I'm cutting it at that point, and then I'm going to use the fabric to pipe that side so that it doesn't show the client that is going to wear. So guys, this is what I did to the zip. I cut so that it doesn't shock the client that is going to wear it. So I used the Ankara fabric to pipe that side. I hope you like it. So it's very simple to make. So this skirt is very beautiful. I'm sure you like this skirt. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and then turn on the notification bell to get you an update anytime I will be uploading my new videos. Tell a friend to like and share as well. Thank you. This is the end of today's tutorial. Please like this video, share with your family and friends, and I will see you on my next tutorial. I love you. Bye.